of funding a Sesame Street in Iraq as a means of claiming to use soft power to help out people. But this was AID money. Here's the exchange, and he's sort of defending soft power, and then you come in, roll it.
The coinage of the word soft power, you'd rather spend on that than bullets. But wait, you want to talk about
there was a terrorist attack in Iraq last month that killed 40 people. It's clearly not working. Soft power and Sesame Street are not working.
Maybe,
if there are terrorists, we need to kill the terrorists. We don't need to fund Big Bird and Elmo.
Bird and Elmo aren't helping. It's really that simple. If you want to kill terrorists, you can't use soft power to do it, right?
That's exactly right, David. And the funny thing about that little debate we had on CNN was that moments later he argued that we have the money for Big Bird in Iraq, but we don't have the money for President Trump sending a tax refund check to hardworking Americans after DOGE has exposed the waste, fraud, and abuse. It's time to pass the DOGE dividend plan. I'm proud that President Trump and Elon support it.
I agree. I got to say, Steve, the whole... what we've seen with DOGE is illustrative of another point, a big difference between the Biden administration and this one. And Apple's announcement today that they were planning to invest $500 billion, not with any subsidies from the U.S. government, just incentives, tax incentives and regulatory incentives to put private capital at risk, not put the taxpayer at risk, like, by the way, we did with the CHIPS Act, the $280 billion CHIPS Act, which not only cost a lot of money, but it didn't really help. You think of what happened to Intel. After Intel, which was one of the largest recipients of that money, I think they got over $7 billion in funds and guaranteed loans, they went right down. They went down so far, they lost their spot on the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Well, yeah, David, corporate welfare never works. And, if you want to, my kind of Moore's theorem is that if you want to destroy an industry, subsidize it with government funds. And we should have learned that by now with the wind and solar industry. I mean, we put over the last 30 years, over $1 trillion into it, and it's nowhere. It hasn't advanced at all. And you're so right that the whole approach that Donald Trump has brought to the White House, or I should say brought back to the White House, is let private capital markets do it. We are the richest and most powerful economy in the world because we have these amazingly strong capital markets that direct capital to the highest, best usage.